Hey business builders, I wanted to do this video for you this morning. I'm about to run out the door to do my second carpool run with my kids. You guys all know that Tyler is in China until next Tuesday, so I'm going to be canceling our call tonight because all I have time for is a team call. But I'm doing a team call tonight that um, really works for everyone. It's something everyone needs to think about and learn. So the first thing I want to talk about is this book I've been reading. I think I already told you guys, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John Maxwell. You guys, I am 70 pages in, which is shocking for me. In the last 3 years as a coach, one of the 3 vital behaviors is personal development, and I have sucked at that one vital behavior. I'm great at my workouts. I'm great at talking to people, inviting, being consistent with my challenge groups, consistent with Success Club, and making sure I'm on track to helping 3 new people in my challenge groups each month. And I have sucked at personal development. So this year, I really hit like a major halt in my leadership, in myself, in the last 6 to 12 months. And this year, I really committed to stepping up my game with personal development and spending time every day on it instead of starting a book and never finishing it, starting something and never finishing it. Now, I did listen to some national wake-up calls. It's not like I didn't do any personal development, but being consistent with spending time every day, no. I don't think I've never finished a personal development book. So that's me being raw and real right there. Have never finished a book. So I am 70 pages into this book, and it's phenomenal. If you are looking for another personal development book and you're not sure what to read, this book is money. Money. The most amazing book. I've also been doing the workbook with it. If you plan to take this business seriously, or if you are taking this business seriously, this book is amazing. I recommend getting the workbook with it because it's more interactive. And I will be starting a group very shortly where we're going to all read this book together. So I'm still working out the details of that. But just be thinking about that. Okay, so I've learned a lot in the last month about your mindset and where you believe, what you believe in your mind and in your heart is what like pours out from you, whether you want it to or not. So you can't really pretend to be confident. I mean, you can, but it all starts in your heart and in your mind with what you believe about yourself, what you believe about this business, what you believe about what you do as a coach, what you believe about the structure of the business. It really, really all seeps out whether you want it to or not. So more than anything I've learned over the last few weeks is your mindset. It all starts there, and where your heart is and what you create in your mind. So 2 scenarios. One person that's like, oh, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with this, and I'm not sure about being a coach, and I'm not sure about building a team. I'm not really sure. Well, compared to someone who's like, I'm going to be successful, I'm going to be on stage at Summit if that's something you're thinking about, or I'm going to help other people on their health and fitness, 3 people every month, like no ifs, ands, or buts. That's just what I'm doing. I am going to be, if whatever you think in your mind, right? You see the difference between the positive, confident, this is what I want, and this is what I want to be and do and help other people do, versus the I'm not really sure. Who's going to get somewhere further, right? Or quicker, and who's going to get further? The person that's more focused, the person that knows what they want, that they've been creating in their mind this whole time, that they know where they're going, they know where what they're going to do, how they're going to get there, and they're not going to give up. They're not stuck on, I was listening to my success partner, her name's Summer Tucker, and she said, don't live and die on the yes and no. Especially for new coaches, you guys, it's so hard for people to get past that one person, past the person that you talked to about being a coach who signed up another team, past the person that ordered from Amazon, past the person that, who cares? Look forward. You are like so focused on what you're doing that that one person is not going to make you live or die. It's not like your whole life is banking on whether they join your challenge group or not. It's filling holes, looking for holes in people's lives and filling those holes and needs with what we have to offer. So it all starts with your mindset, and I'm telling you right now, if you need to fix your mindset, it will hold you back. My mindset has held me back in the past. I've seen other coaches of mine where their mindset absolutely holds them back, where they're wishy-washy and they're back and forth and they're not sure and they're not consistent, and they'll, be consistent for a month. You cannot be consistent with this for 3 months and then drop off the planet and then come back 3 months later and expect it to just pick up. And those invites you send, you guys, those can take forever to actually yield a sale. Those ads you run, they can take months for people to trust you. Okay? What sets you apart from the Beachbody coach next door? It's you. Why would they want to buy from you instead of Beachbody.com? Or from you instead of Amazon.com? You are selling what you believe in yourself, what you believe you have to offer, your value as a coach. So if you're not really sure what value you add to people, they're not going to believe you either. If you're kind of like, oh, well, yeah, I guess, yeah, go buy from Amazon, or okay. Like, if you're not going to say, like, breathe across to them your value and what your challenge groups have to offer and the difference those challenge groups make, then that's what they're going to believe. So you have to be sure that your mind is in the right state of mind, or in the right frame. Yeah, your mind is in the right state, and you are shoving negative beliefs out the window, okay? You guys all understand the big picture of being a coach, right? We can get caught up in Success Club. We can get caught up in signing up coaches. We can get caught up in da-da-da-da-da. But I promise you, if you focus on challenge groups, and getting 3 new people in your challenge group every month, you will start to see coaches that are a natural, okay? People that you can naturally talk to about being a coach and saying, you would do amazing at this, and not thinking in the back of your mind, oh my gosh, I need you to go diamond. I need you on my team so I can be diamond. I need you on my team so I can be emerald. I need you. No, think about them and how this business can benefit them and change their life. If they're already doing it, that's what you say. You're already encouraging people. You're already talking to people about, what you're doing, and people are asking, and you love this stuff. You love Shakeology. You love Chalene Johnson and what she's done for you. You'd be amazing at this. And let them choose. If they say no or they never message you back, that is their choice. That's their choice. That's their loss. But you have to let go of people. You have to. You cannot get stuck on inviting the same 5 people to Coaching at a Glance every single month. Let them choose. Give them the opportunity. If they choose to say no, that's their problem. If you want to bring it up again 6 months later, casually, fine. But don't be inviting the same people and getting stuck and wishing and hoping because they'd be so good. Let it go. Okay? So it all starts with your mindset. Make your mindset your challenge groups. Make your mindset finding 3 to 5 people who want your help and who are ready for your help, who are committed and determined and ready to go. Okay? Be confident in your messages when you talk to people. You guys, these challenge groups make all of the difference. What is the difference with Beachbody's setup, right? We have the workouts, and you guys, they're rock star workouts. I haven't been to a gym in 8 years, okay? And I'm in way better shape than I ever have been. Not necessarily the skinniest, but I'm healthier. I'm more fit than I ever got being at the gym. Okay? We have Shakeology, you guys, which I don't care who you are. Most people can benefit from having one meal that's not Starbucks, that's not alcohol, that's not Subway eating out, that's not full of processed crap. And yes, Shakeology is processed to an extent, but the point of it is to have one meal that people can have that's whole food based, that is healthy and quick. That's why they created it. So it makes a huge difference with my cravings. It makes a huge difference with my 3 o'clock crashes in the afternoon. I don't have those, okay? So you have to have your own story and then make sure people understand the value you're offering them. So not only do we have workouts, not only do we have Shakeology, and you guys, the 21-Day Fix meal plan blew everything out of the water. That meal plan rocks. I sell more 21-Day Fix because People struggle so much with portions and eating, and they can do P90X for 7 years and never see results if they're not eating well. So we have really good meal plans, especially now that the Portion Fix is sold separately. You can buy that one time and use it for everything. And then you are the other piece to that, okay? Yes, we have challenge packs and they're great, but you are a huge piece to that, because guess what? What's my job in my challenge group? When somebody says, I'm frustrated, I've only lost a pound, or I ate a chocolate bar today and I feel so guilty, what's my job? My job is to say, it is okay. I had a chocolate bar yesterday, or I had 2 brownies and ice cream. It's okay. Move on. You have to keep going. This isn't an overnight process. It takes time. And you are there to breathe belief into these people. Breathe belief into them that they can be successful, that they can see results, that they cannot quit, and they cannot fail if they don't quit. So that is the missing piece, you guys, and that is huge. You go to a gym, who do you have, not breathing down your throat, but who do you have to support you when you're eating, when you slipped up on your eating, or when you don't show up? No one. Even a personal trainer, you guys, we meet with people. If I trained people live, I would meet with someone like maybe 3 days a week, because most people, first of all, that's all they can afford, if they can afford a trainer, is like 3 days a week, 2 days a week. Who do they have keeping them accountable other than that? Nobody. Okay? Hi, Avery. So I don't even want to, you guys, you have to understand the value you offer to people. And if you put your heart into it and you love on your challengers, and if you jump on a Zoom call with them or a phone call when they're struggling and breathe belief into them and say, you can do it. I'm not quitting either. And I had popcorn all day yesterday too. Or I skipped a workout for 2 weeks because I've been sick. That's your job. And that is where my entire business started, was helping people see results with their fitness and their nutrition and giving them hope and belief, okay? And then the same thing will turn into, when you start sponsoring more and more coaches, your job is to breathe belief into them as a person. This coaching opportunity changes lives, you guys. I am a completely different person than I was 3 years ago. I have purpose. I love mentoring coaches and talking to them and helping them believe that this process is possible. But I'm telling you right now, it all starts with your mind and what you believe. And if you believe that you're going to be successful and you're going to be an elite coach, or you're going to have a team of 10,000 people, or you're going to be a 10-star diamond in a year, or whatever it is, if you believe it, it's going to happen if you put the work in. If you don't believe it and you're still sketchy and, scatterbrained, it's probably not going to happen. So what you believe, you achieve. I believe that 100%, especially after reading this book the last few weeks. That's absolutely what's going to happen, is whatever is in your mind. So one thing else I wanted to say, when I first signed up as a coach, I remember hearing people say, do you want this to pay like a business or a hobby? If you treat it like a business, it's going to pay you like a business. If you treat it like a hobby, it's going to pay like a hobby. Hey, you have to go get dressed fast. You got to go to preschool in a minute. Okay? And that used to bother me. I used to feel like, oh, I love what I do. I love being a coach. I love helping people in their challenge groups. Okay? And for some reason, I had this mental block of that I felt like if I treated it like a business, then I wouldn't like it. Then all I would be was after people's money, and all I would be was after people's to sell challenge packs and get Success Club 50. And for some reason, I had a mental block that if I treated it like a business, I didn't enjoy it, or it wasn't a passion of mine. I'm not sure why I had that belief, but I did. But I've come to realize in the last few years, after mentoring and working with coaches, that the people who treat it like a business, and that doesn't mean you don't enjoy it. That means you show up when you don't necessarily want to show up. You jump on that phone call with that coach when you don't really feel like it, or you stay up a half an hour later to make time for that coach that needs your help. It doesn't mean you're not living within your boundaries. It doesn't mean you're living on Facebook. But if you're treating it like a business, you're investing in it, you're learning about Facebook, or if you're doing it on Instagram, you're learning about how they work and how it shows up in people's news feeds, and you're watching and studying what people want and what people are seeing more. If you are strategic in the way that you post, not in a tricky way, but in a way of a business. if you are investing in the products, if you're using your Facebook to run ads and learning from those ads that you run instead of getting frustrated when nobody responds, you're using that. You're being an entrepreneur. You're learning the ropes of how this all works. That's treating it like a business. What's treating it like a hobby? Doing it occasionally when you have time, right? We don't do our hobbies all day long, okay? We don't go, if your hobby is sewing, you can't sew all day long. You have responsibilities and kids and work or whatever it is, right? So that's the difference. And I've finally come to that realization that just because you treat it like a business doesn't mean you can't love it and not enjoy it. And just because you treat it like a business doesn't mean you're a bad person for earning money off of people's sales or your team's, because the company pays you bonuses based on the entire organization that you have, not one coach that signs up, not even two coaches, it's your entire organization. So if you treat it like a business and you show up when you don't feel like it and you make that extra time for those people and it is part of your day, period, just like your workout, just like your kids, just like X, Y, and Z, that's treating it like a business. If you're kind of doing it at your leisure when you have time, because none of us have extra time, I'm sorry. So if you're going to do it that way, then that's having it as a hobby. And you cannot wait to treat it like a business until you are doing this full time. Because if you're not treating it like a business, you will never do this full time. And I'm not saying that to be rude. I'm saying that, like my success partner says, all wrapped in love. But it's true. You can't wait until you're earning, whatever amount of money you want to earn to be doing this part time or to pay for the groceries or till you're earning $500 a month or whatever your goal is. You can't wait to treat it like a business until then. It needs to be treated like a business now. One other thing I told one of my coaches the other day, she said, I kind of was dabbling in this and kind of like, yeah, I'll kind of grow it as it goes and kind of treating it like a hobby. And she's brand new. And then she had kind of like a mind shift and was like, no, I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck anymore. And I want to take this more seriously. And so I had to tell her the time you put in does make a difference. If you're going to spend 10 minutes a day or 30 minutes a day, then that's great. But if you're going to spend 2 hours a day and carve out 2 hours, if you're spending your time on the right activities, you will grow more quickly, right? It's the law of numbers. If you're talking to more people, you're going to reach more people. If you're talking to 2 people a week, you're probably not going to find 10 or 5 people to be in your challenge group if you're only talking to 10 in the whole month, right? We've all known the chances are not everyone's going to want to join your group. If you're talking to 200 people a month, you're probably going to be hitting Success Club 10 or probably more. So realize that yes, numbers do matter for a reason, because if you're only talking to this many people, you're going to have that many people interested. Whereas if you're finding ways to talk to this many people, you're going to have that many more people interested. One more thing, I've said that 5 times. How do you find new people? Okay, you guys, when I ran out of my warm market, I started my fitness page. Yes, I finally was a personal trainer. I was not a trainer when I signed up as a coach, but I was a trainer, and so I had that kind of going for me to have credibility. But I had to make a name for myself on social media. I had to give engaging content. I had to give that had to add value to people through my posts. And I've stopped doing it 11 times a day. I only do it 2 or 3 times a day, if that. Sometimes it's once a day. Okay, so I'm giving people what helps them and what is attracting people to me. Yes, I pay for ads, and I do pay for my page to be exposed, which is important. But you have got to just create this name for yourself, even if you don't feel like you're anybody special, right? Because I wasn't anybody special either. I'm just a mom of 4 kids. I had no confidence. I didn't really know what I was doing besides being a mom and losing myself in the service of my children before I did Beachbody, which I love being a mom, but there is something missing in my life that this has completely filled in the last 3 years. And it filled me, and that's part of the reason I did it at the beginning, was because I loved it. Wasn't making any money, but I loved it. I loved helping give advice and helping people. So what I'm saying is, if you are at the end of your warm market, and you should be able to be in your warm market for longer than a few months, you should be able to be in there. I was in there for 12 months before I felt like I was at a standstill. Okay, so you should be able to be finding people that haven't been connected with it for a long time, or looking at your friends list on Facebook, looking for people you even know who they were. Even if you knew of them, it is still okay to get connected with them and say, oh, I remember you were in my chemistry class. We didn't ever talk, but tell me what you've been up to, whatever it is. But you've got to start making, if you're going to take it seriously, you have to start kind of making a name for yourself and not caring how many people like your posts, not caring how many people comment on your posts to an extent, right? Even if you have crappy posts going, learn from that and kind of tailor it, but start making a name for yourself and post with confidence and post with passion and post with what you love about your program you're doing, or how you're feeling, or what food you're eating, or what's helpful to other people, recipes, something, a healthy snack that you had, a healthy treat, whatever it is, but be passionate and confident and fake it until you make it to an extent. I'm not saying pretend and be all fake, but even if you're having that inner negativity and that self-doubt, shove it out and push past it and post anyway. Don't let those fears hold you back, because that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to hold you back personally, and they're going to hold you back in your business. Okay, I'm done on my soapbox. I might as well just post this for the team call tonight. I love you guys. You guys are some of my favorite people to work with, because I love watching this process change people. It has completely changed my life, not just financially. Yes, that's a huge blessing, and it's amazing that I'm able to support my family with it and start to pay off debt. But more than anything, you guys, I am so different than I used to be. I used to be depressed, and I struggled with postpartum depression. I struggled with being a mom. I struggled with being positive. I was negative, negative, negative. If you look back in my posts from when I very first had Facebook, pretty much every single one was negative. This has changed my inner being. This has brought me confidence. And the only way to do that is to go through the process and do scary things and read your personal development. I know I'm preaching to the choir, right? Because I didn't do it until a month ago. But this book is amazing. And if you want to start smaller, but carve out 10 minutes a day to do that. I've been doing mine right as soon as I wake up, or immediately after my workout, where it's still quiet in the house, the kids are still sleeping, and I'll spend 20 to 30 minutes reading and doing my workbook, and I'm loving it. And there is such a difference in me in the last few weeks by committing to doing that. Okay, I love you guys. We will jump on a call. Nah, my husband gets home next week, so probably not next week, but maybe we could find a time during the day to jump on a call. We'll have to talk more about that in the group, because I don't want to go 2 weeks without talking with you guys. Okay, we will talk later, and I love you.